good, y'all? We back and it's kicking it with Kay, and we are back with another banger. Yes. I know y'all missed your girl. You know, I had to take some time off, but I am back, and we are back to take over. So, to properly address me being back, we're gonna go ahead and kick this song right quick. For Kay being back on the scene, kicking it with Kay is back, and we are stronger than ever.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that.
You said you didn't want the verse, did you?
I said I did. I said I wanted to.
The verse is trash anyway. So.
Okay, so what we are doing now is we're going to jump into 2021. I'm going to recap all of the 2021 and all of the events that I felt like went on that stood out for me. So the first thing we're going to jump into, I'm going to specifically start with January. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. See, I haven't been here in so long, so I forgot to say what my quote for today will be. So my quote for today is, don't let no nigga. No, my quote for today is always go hard for yourself. This quote today was pretty simple because I felt like it still means so much. Always go hard for yourself. If you have children in this world, then I understand you need to go hard for them, but nobody's more important than you. You can't go hard for your kid or those kids if you have not went hard for yourself. So quote of the day is, go hard for yourself, baby. You deserve it, baby. 2021, listen, 2021 is on the way out, okay? Now, we done had some good times, some bad times, some highs, and some lows. But we're going to run this back. Okay? First of all, first thing I'm going to say is your girl turned 30 in November, you know. And at this point, you know, I really feel like turning 30 was a big blessing for me. I most definitely did not think that I would see 30, only because, you know, I just went through so many things where I'm kind of like, I can't really see myself still being here at 30 years old. And I felt that way when I was like 18. So to experience turning 30 and the way I spent my birthday, I went to Vegas. I had everybody who was important to me around me, except for a few who had to stay behind. It just was a great experience. It was my first time in Vegas. I had the best support system around me. It was absolutely amazing. So shout outs to everybody who took that trip with me and spent money and spent time and thought my birthday was important enough to cater to me in those ways. I appreciate it. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all my people, no matter what. Y'all my people. So what we're going to do is run this back. I'm going to run it all the way back to January, okay? January 2021. January 2021. Kamala Harris, not only was she the first woman to be vice president, she was the first Black woman to be a vice president. So shout out to Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people are kind of indifferent with her. Some mess with her, some don't, you know, but I still feel like that was a great accomplishment for us as Black people to see a Black woman become vice president. Now, I know Barack did his thing, and we was, you know, we still talking about Barack being the president. We ain't gonna never let that go. We had a Black man running shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was dope. So shout out Barack, shout out Kamala, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like y'all some really dope people. Now that was January 2021. We're going to go to February now. Now, February, I know all y'all remember Gorilla Glue Head Girl, who was literally in a sticky situation. But no, y'all remember Miss Gorilla Glue Girl? This came back way in February where she went on her page and she had that shit stuck to her head and she sprayed that shit and had to surgically get all that shit done and removed. Do y'all know how much money she has made? Like, she created a GoFundMe where she has thousands of dollars now. Like, she basically blew up off of that. I felt like that situation, I'm going to be honest. In the beginning, I thought that it was all a gimmick to some way, somehow get attention and start getting money, like how she created her GoFundMe. I'm like, okay, this bitch knew that this shit was gonna do that to her head. You know what I'm saying? But as the time went on, and I was seeing that, you know, she had to literally get that stuff, you know, done and removed. I'm kind of like, okay, it was either one or two. She obviously was willing to get that stuff done and know what she was doing, but was willing to go ahead and do it to get the money, or she was really lost and put that shit on her head and didn't know it was gonna stick like that. I just feel like I'm grateful for all of the people that was able to help her in that situation, because I don't know what I would do if, like, I could not get my hair to move around. Like, I done sprayed some on it till my stuff is stuck to my head. So shout outs to her. You know what I'm saying? I did think you just was trying to get over, girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, get your coin. But I was kind of like, I didn't know. But yeah, Gorilla Glue girl, she had most definitely got herself into a sticky situation. But I guess she unstuck now. So shout outs to you, girl. We're gonna be moving on to March 2021. Okay, we had a few breakups in the celebrity world go on in March. Okay, now I don't know if y'all too much followed them when they was together or really cared for them, but I did. I was extremely disappointed in March when Quavo and Sweetie decided to call it quits. And I was disappointed because they such a young, vibrant couple. They had done so much together, magazine covers and Q&As with one another. They gave off a very genuine love to me. So when they decided to split, and it was obviously because, like Sweetie said on her Instagram page, is because Quavo was stepping outside of the relationship and was having sexual encounters with other women. I felt like that was very sad to see them pretty much break apart, because like I said, maybe because they were pretty much more around my age, 27, in the range of 27 to 33. I felt like that was a young Black couple I could have really seen like blow up more, like do more. And I guess it kind of saddened me too that it was all behind, I guess, a man not being able to, you know, keep his stuff in his pants. Like you watch so many of these men lose great women, all because you had a moment of temptation that you could not fight off. And those moments where obviously Quavo stepped out, he should have been thinking about Sweetie. He should have been thinking about what would happen if she walked away from him. See, what happens with these men is they in those moments, they're being very selfish, obviously, because you have a girlfriend or you have a wife or you have a significant other, and you choose to step out on her, and you're not just texting, you're not just talking, which that is wrong as well, but you're having sexual encounters. You are putting me in a position where you can bring me back anything. You are putting me in a position where this woman can be reaching out to me saying, hey, I just slept with your man. You are basically embarrassing me. And for him to know that they were both obviously celebrities, you are willing to step out on me, knowing that the world, sorry, y'all, knowing that the world right now pretty much knows that we are in a relationship. I felt like that was very bogus in him, you know, and I did not appreciate that. I pretty much felt like, bruh, when it came to that situation, like you really in that moment, this beautiful woman who has loved you past everything, you're going to start stepping out on her. I mean, I thought it was a very sad couple to see go. I feel like they could have made it work. He could have toughened up, you know what I'm saying? Let all the BS go to the side and just pretty much gave her what she wanted, which was for you to just be faithful to me. I do understand Quavo is the youngest out of the Migos. He's the youngest one. So I think his age most definitely played a part. Sometimes we got to pretty much see people for who they are. Hey, you're not nobody who obviously, you know, I need to be with because you're young. You know, I'm a little bit older and you still trying to find yourself. But what you're not going to do is ruin me. And of course, if you're trying to find yourself, you know what I'm saying? You can't ruin me because you still broken. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do that. And that's what I felt like Quavo wanted her to do, to stick around and just be cheated on. So yeah, back in March, you know, we had that go on and that was very, very, very sad. But what also happened in March, which I think no one has forgotten about, was the pastor who was found out to be cheating on his wife. Now, mind you, he went live with his wife, and his wife had the beanie on, and she was looking like she had just came out the garbage can, and he dressed her down so she don't look appealing. And this was all around a time where people had been buying his book, or he was going to release a book, one of the two. And a lot of people had obviously been looking up to him. He was a pastor. And you are basically being found out about cheating on your wife. Now, this is also not the case where they weren't quote unquote celebrities, but you know that you are well known. And a lot of people know that you and I are married. So why step outside the marriage at all, but let alone in a marriage where, you know, we're kind of highlighted. People know of us, and you are still willing at this point to find somebody that's willing to, you know, lay up with you. Now let's go on. Let's step to the other side as far as the other woman. It bothers me when I feel like these celebrities do be so known, or even the pastor, he was known. That means that these women, majority of the time, they know that these men they have a wife, and you're still willing to be the other woman because, or for whatever reason. That also went on in March of 2021, where the whole internet went in a frenzy behind this pastor. You had TikTok remaking things about them. You had Facebook making memes about them. You had Instagram pretty much showing all the clips of them having their video session and trying to save face at some point. March was very disappointing as far as the Black men and the cheating that they had done. Of course, not all of you guys, but there were a lot of cases that came out in March. And I think the one that shocked me most was the one with the pastor. You know what I'm saying? Because that was something where it's kind of like, how are you on this pedestal? You're preaching the word, but you can't even be faithful to your wife. So I'm supposed to listen to you, and I'm supposed to believe God is in your spirit, but he's not in your spirit when you're laying with other women. I just think that was very embarrassing for his wife. And I just think that men don't realize it takes a lot for a woman to bounce back from that trauma. We're not okay because we moved on the next day. We're not okay because now we're handling bills. We're not okay because now we're handling the kids. We're not in an okay space. And we obviously haven't been for you to do what you've done. I think men confuse it with, oh, you know, she'll be all right. She forgave me. You know, we was watching TV together. I was probably watching TV with you the whole time, holding back, wanting to bring back up a conversation, or holding back, wanting to bust you in your shit. You know, you men do not understand what we go through as women when we still allow you to be around after you've done such a thing. And this is why, me personally, I can't move forward with people in relationships once you have showed me you can do me that way. Now, I'm not saying as soon as it happened, I'd be such a powerful woman and walk away. I've stuck around a little bit wanting to see if it could still work. And I realized that I'm not her who even wants it to still work. I have lost every type of feeling for you, even though in the moment I still thought we could push forward. You know, so yes, March, we had a whole lot of BS going on. We had a whole lot of cheating going on. We had a whole lot of disappointing Black men not loving on their significant others or their wives the way that they should have. So let this be a lesson to any man out there that's listening to this podcast. Love your woman, love your wife, love your man, whatever your preference is. Love on them. Life is not promised, and you do not want to be looking at somebody in their casket and have to remember all of the hurt you caused them. Get smart, get it together, and get it right. And Big K told you that. Okay, so we're moving on to, I'm sorry, guys. One of the main things that happened in March, we're still on March right now. Derek Chauvin was proven guilty. Can I get an amen? And everybody know we was waiting. We was waiting for them people to convince us that man was not guilty. When he was found guilty back in March, it gave us as the Black community a bit of a sign of relief. Keep in mind, I said a bit, because it's still Breonna Taylor. It's still a lot of Black people who have been killed behind the hands of a white police officer who did not get any justice. So once Derek Chauvin was proven guilty for standing or kneeling on that man's neck, I felt like us as a Black community, we all celebrated some way, somehow. We needed that. This went on back in March. We needed him to go sit down. We needed an example to be made of one of these white people. Let's be honest. Because there's been so many of them that's like walking away like, oh, hey, yep, I killed the Black woman or I killed the Black man. Hey, I'm out. Yep, I ain't did nothing wrong. So when he was found guilty, we celebrated. We should have made that specific day in March a holiday. Because how many cases did we sit back and watch where no, everybody got off? It was a clear case of racial profiling or a clear case of just racism, period. And them white people walked on off. So yes, Derek Chauvin, please don't drop that soap. Don't drop it, sir. But if you do, you deserve what you get. Okay. So we're going to be moving on to April. Now, April was a month that I felt like, it was very trying simply because we lost one of the greatest rappers of all time in April, and that is DMX. What these bitches want from a nigga. DMX, I felt like, I'm going to be completely honest, I had always acknowledged him and thought he was a great rapper, but I most definitely paid more attention to him and his accolades and everything he had done once he did pass away. I realized how many movies he was in. Like, outside of him being a rapper, he was in a lot of films as well and did great jobs. So, I mean, it was so sad for him to, obviously transition over. A lot of people, celebrities, even just us as the Black community is very down. And some of us are still kind of taking it hard because he did play a big part of the Black culture and music and growing up. So I felt like, for him to leave behind such a legacy as far as his music and as far as his movies and as far as his family, I feel like that was a great thing. He left behind something that I feel like us as a Black community is proud to be able to say. So shout outs to him. We want to thank you so much, DMX, for everything you provided for us. All the songs, all the movies, all of the BET performances, everything you put all of your all into to keep us going and to keep us just motivated into you. We really do appreciate that. And, just rest up and don't never think we down here. We have forgot about you. We still trying to figure out what these bitches want from a nigga. All right. I'm trying to still figure it out. I don't know what they want from me. So yes, that was April. Also, what happened in April this year is my little sister turned 16. Shout outs to her. Sweet 16. And it's always great to watch her continue to grow up and be the best that she can be. It's been a blessing being able to watch her grow. So I just think her Sweet 16 being this year was something that was extremely special for me. So shout outs to Kenya. I love you, girl. So we're going to be moving forward to May. So in May, y'all, we had some things happen in May. Now, I don't know if everybody was able to sit down and get your cup, get your wine, get whatever you're drinking. So if you need a quick 10 seconds to go grab something and not miss the show, I'm going to give you those 10, 15 seconds right now. Okay, you taking too long. So with May, we had Bill Cosby's conviction was overturned. So let me tell you a little bit about how I feel about this specific situation. He was released in May. I pretty much was kind of like playing devil's advocate with that situation. I do believe the women that came out, I do believe what they said about him was true, but I don't know about the women that started trying to tag along, like, years and years after the situation basically was going on. It's as if I started feeling like people was like, oh, he's getting sued. People are getting money from him. I'm going to say he did it to me too. I could be wrong, but I always felt like it was some truth to that situation. And at some point it did started to be juiced and dragged along. So I'm gonna say some truth. If he did do that, then yes, I most definitely feel like he should have served his time. I don't care about your celebrity status. I don't care about your age. I don't care about how long ago it was. If women are still here and alive to this day, even if they are not alive, if you have someone standing saying, hey, this happened to me, this man did this, it does not matter if it's 20 or 30, 40 years ago, it happened. I was violated by somebody that I trust, and I was afraid to speak out then, but I'm speaking out now. And that's what I feel like is very important for women to do. So many women, when it comes to these Black celebrities, they pretty much play the background because they are afraid to speak up. They are afraid of being told they're a liar. They are afraid of possibly getting hurt or their family members getting hurt because they're trying to speak out against this, this big time celebrity. So those women who did come forward, I think that they should have most definitely been respected. And I just feel like the whole situation had me lose a bit of respect for Bill Cosby. I mean, because of course, we all watched him growing up as, he was the Black dad for all of the Black women and all of the Black men who didn't have a Black dad. You were the inspiration. You were what people had to look up to. Now, me, I've pretty much always have had my dad in my life, so I did not view him as a father figure, but I know several other people who did. So for him to, be so disappointing down the line, I just think that it just kind of goes to show you never know what's going on behind the scenes. And I just think the situation was something that I was happy was not taken lightly. So when his conviction was overturned, I guess I did feel like he had sat down, for a decent amount of time. But I think his age, more than anything, played a big part on why his conviction was overturned. I think people pretty much knew, like, the guy doesn't really, probably have that much time left. He did what he did. We're going to make him sit down for some time. We'll let him go on ahead and go home now and, transition over, once he's home. But yeah, that happened back in May. His conviction was overturned, and a lot of celebrities went into a frenzy. Some celebrities were supportive towards him. Hey, hey, Bill, you back. Oh, Bill. And some people was like, what in the hell? If you guys don't remember or did not know this, the Black Aunt Vivian from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the Black Aunt Vivian was very vocal and very pissed off behind Bill Cosby conviction being overturned. She was irate. She felt like that man should have basically passed away in jail. She made several tweets. She made several Instagram posts, basically expressing her feelings about it, which was this man did not deserve to get out. And she's known in the Black community basically for being very vocal, which is one of the reasons why they basically said that her and Will Smith did not get along on the show, which is why she eventually, ended up not being on it, and they replaced her with a light-skinned Aunt Vivian because she's very vocal. I guess you can't really, punk her. She's very opinionated. So once that went on back in May with Bill, she was extremely upset. I just feel like they say everybody deserves a second chance. I've always felt like the circumstances for me is what is going to determine if you deserve a second chance. Everybody don't deserve a second chance. Don't let anybody convince you. Everybody does not. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. But yeah, Bill, go ahead and go home and eat that pudding, them pudding pops. And I just feel like don't go do nothing that you ain't supposed to be doing, because the police is still watching you. They still watching you, boy. And I think he the reason Raven out here a stud. I don't know what he might have did to her. She out here now, I don't know. I just thought it was a coincidence that she went into that type of field. I respect the LGBTQ community. Of course, I used to be a part of it as well. But I just always felt like it was weird for her to transition in that way and happen to be one of the main people who was basically with Bill Cosby, sitting on his lap, doing this, doing that. It was weird. It could have nothing to do with one another. It's just me saying what I'm saying. She could have just knew she wanted to be gay since she was little. But I just pretty much thought it was weird, But shout out to Raven Simone. That's so Raven. Yeah. So that was back in May, y'all. Also, something that happened this year that I'm just so smiley about. I cannot believe this. I never thought the day would have came. Y'all, Nicki Minaj had a baby this year. She had a baby this year. Like what? She was telling us all them years, all you bitches is my sons. And she had a son. She was like, she manifested that. She was telling us, y'all is my sons. But no, if you know me, you know I love Nicki Minaj. Always been a big diehard fan of her. I kind of leaned up a bit off of it last 2-3 years, but still pretty much idolize her and love her and support her and respect her a whole bunch. I think that was very dope for her to pretty much settle down and found her husband and had a baby. I felt like she showed women like me who do not have any children at 30 years old that you can be 33, 34, and still take that time that you need to find the right one and be fruitful then and have a family then. You don't want to you don't want to just do that with anyone. So for women like me who people saying, when you gonna have a baby, when you gonna, people don't know sometimes that could be that could be a bit triggering to ask somebody that is in their 30s. You just pretty much, when you, girl, what you waiting for? I'm probably waiting on the right man. I don't want to get pregnant and I don't have no way to the hospital because he ain't got no car. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. I don't want to be doing that because he not mobile. So stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in that position. And I felt like I just appreciate her for taking her time, focusing on her career, and busting out with her husband and her baby when it was the right time for her. So shout outs to all my women that's waiting for the right man. Shout outs to all my women who already have had kids and it might have not been by the man that it should have been with, but you've been out here doing your thing, thugging it out. Them kids is taken care of. Them kids ain't wanting for nothing. Shout outs to y'all because everybody don't have the same chance. Like me at this point, we're not having any. Some of us, majority women, y'all already started having kids. And these men probably was the best man you could think of at the time. Now he got you pregnant. Now he ain't nothing. Now he this. Now he calling you out your name. Now he crazy. But now you got this baby here that you done still took care of. I respect you for that. Shout outs to all the women out there doing their thing when it come to their kids. I salute y'all. Okay. So those events I just spoke with y'all about, I knew the months all of those events had happened in, but from this point moving forward in the show, I'm going to just talk about a few things that went on as well still in 2021, but I don't know the months or anything for them. So I don't know if y'all pretty much was in tune with the baby. You know what they say about baby. You know what them niggas don't play about baby. Okay, so y'all know he disrespected the hell out of the LGBT community. He went on stage, was basically saying, hey, put your lighters up if you ain't got AIDS and you ain't finna die tomorrow. Put your lighters up if you ain't sitting here sick, coughing because you got HIV and AIDS. Put your hands in the air if you ain't gay, if you ain't want no. He was on stage very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. I mean, extremely disrespectful towards the community. And the internet went into a frenzy behind that. Like, who do you think you are to speak in that way? It's people out here who have AIDS, HIV, who have been raped, who did not ask for that. And don't get me wrong, no one has asked to have AIDS or HIV. But what I'm saying, some people have on their own just been careless. And some people have been taken advantage of and have contracted this disease. And what you do is you go on stage on your large platform because you are obviously a rapper and you talk down about women and men who are struggling with AIDS and HIV. And you really honestly thought that everybody wanted to get on your ass behind that. Y'all, this man lost out on so much money. He was dropped from so many things. He kept going live acting like he didn't care. Yeah, but trust me, he most definitely cared. And he lost so many fans. I for one, have always loved the baby and his music. But once he said all those things, and for one, he was so unapologetic for so long. I felt like he only started being apologetic once he started losing so much money. And even once he started losing all his money, he was still for a little bit trying to keep a face on where he was pretty much like, yeah, it is. I said what I said. But once he was dropped from 2, 3, 4, 5 more things that was millions of dollars he dropped from, now he's sorry. Keep in mind, y'all, the apology he gave, everybody thought that his publicist had wrote it. It wasn't sincere. It seemed very written. And a lot of people just have not messed with him since then. I just honestly feel like that was very wrong for him to do that. It was very wrong for him to, speak about the community in that way. I honestly don't feel like he will be able to bounce back from that with certain people who is going to hold him to that. Now, mind you, there were even celebrities that came out and they were on their Instagram pretty much addressing what he has said. You don't know who you're affecting when you say those type of things. It was celebrities who cousins or parents or, nieces, nephews had been struggling with this disease. And you get up on this stage and you spoke that way about them. I mean, I just really feel like I lost a lot of respect for him. I hope that he can some way, somehow learn from that experience and be more educated in this specific topic. Because he obviously wasn't educated in it, because if he was, he would not have said what he said. I think that he was taught a very big lesson this year in 2021, a huge lesson, because there is no way you lose that much amount of money and it don't eventually soak in your head at what you said was wrong. So shout outs to everybody, all of the celebrities that stood up, that no matter how close they was to him, they stood up and they pretty much told him he was wrong. I salute y'all, because most celebrities was kissing his ass and still making it seem like celebrities say stuff and they don't really mean. You are a celebrity with a huge platform. Please watch what you say. So once again, shout outs to all the celebrities that stood up against him. Madonna was one of them. Taylor Swift was one of them. We had large, really big celebrities coming out speaking about what he said. So I hope you learned your lesson, DaBaby. And like I said, I appreciate and respect all those celebrities who stood up for the LGBT community. Now, while I'm already on the lines of speaking about this nigga, I'm going to go ahead and address the way he did DaniLeigh, his baby mama. If y'all do not know who DaniLeigh is, she is a singer. She has a song with Chris Brown. She has several songs. She's very talented, very beautiful woman. She was pregnant, and we of course was assuming that it was by DaBaby because they had been in a relationship, but you could tell they had broken up. Her whole Instagram, the whole time she was pregnant, she was pretty much by herself. She was alone. Even her baby shower pictures, she was by herself. She was alone. She had never came out and said verbatimly that her and DaBaby was broken up, or that even DaBaby was DaBaby's father. But the world, we already knew. We like, okay, y'all just broke up and you pregnant. That got to be his baby. Okay, so I think about 2.5 weeks ago now, he goes live. He's at home, his home, where he has DaniLeigh was staying with him at the time. He goes live, calling her a certified side chick, telling her, yeah, you was never my girl. You was never my chick. Yeah, look at her looking stupid. On live. On your platform again, right? On your platform again, embarrassing a woman that you have obviously laid down with. You have obviously been in a relationship with. You have obviously had a child with. You're going to go live and tell the world this woman who bears your child is nothing but a certified side chick. And you think that you weren't going to get any karma behind that? That was, not only did you embarrass her, but you disrespected her. Now, if you're smart, anytime a woman lays down on a labor table, she's chancing not making it. Women can pass away during giving birth. So I take on this whole thing. I have this child. I bear this child for you. Not only did I carry it for the 9 months and deal with that pain, but now I got to push the baby out and deal with that pain. And even after I push the baby out, deal with the pain of healing and getting better. And I'm just a certified side chick. How disrespectful of you. And it just further showed that he has very ignorant ways. Now, the whole internet went in a frenzy behind that. I mean, even Summer Walker, she pretty much did a whole Instagram video where she was pretty much saying the baby was extremely wrong, which he was. Because what prompted you to feel as though no matter what you and her had got into it about, you're going to go live on your platform and disrespect her that way? Furthermore, mind you, DaniLeigh and DaBaby had never showed their child. She had not showed her child yet to the world. She was waiting, like most celebrities do. But in the course of them being into it, he decides to go live and show the baby as well. The baby that I bared, the baby that I pushed out, you're going to show my baby to the world after me and you have an agreement, basically not to do that yet. That furthermore pushed me kind of away from him and supporting him and anything of that nature. I mean, you had already said all this about the LGBT community, and then you came out and disrespected this woman in a way that you did. Once again, it just goes to show that Black men, you guys need to do a lot better with respecting the Black woman and respecting your woman, period. If you don't respect your woman, you have to understand, even your guys who you feel like you want to impress, oh yeah, you know, he don't even respect this chick, he don't even respect his wife, they gonna respect their girl. They're gonna enjoy you fucking up your shit. They're gonna enjoy you tearing up your home while they go home and they have a happy family. This is why I tell Black men all the time, don't try to do anything for your friends. Don't try to impress your friends, because they women at home good. But I'm over here finna leave you. You finna be alone because you want to impress your friends. So I feel like at that moment, he was trying to impress the world so much, put on a show for the world, but you really turned all of us off. None of us thought that was a great thing. None of us was, oh my God. No, none of us felt that way. We felt like that was the worst thing you could do to a woman who had just, the baby wasn't even a week or two old. The baby was very small. So I just feel like, you know, shout outs to all the women who have went through situations like that and had to pretty much toughen up from dealing with a man who, while you were pregnant, he was disrespecting you. After you had the baby, he was disrespecting you. I know that had to be a very hard pill to swallow, to go through such a traumatic experience or experience like that, period, to be bearing a child and have the person who helped you create this life speak to you and degrade you in a way of that way. I just feel like if you are a woman who have dealt with that, I'm hoping that you have gotten out of it. If you are still in it, I'm hoping that your bags are packed by the door. And if not, I'll come help you pack them motherfuckers. Okay. Okay, we moving on. Okay. Now, I was kind of up and down about this situation in 2021. I mean, well, we're going to move on to Sha'Carri Richardson. Okay, she was blowing that dirty. If you don't know who Sha'Carri Richardson is, she's a writer, she's a track star. No, if you don't know what Sha'Carri Richardson is, she runs track. She was pretty much this year, everything had pretty much turned over for her because she was caught pretty much smoking marijuana when she had to do her drug test. She dropped dirty to be able to run in one of the races that she had coming up. So, you know, we had some celebrities pretty much, you know, backing her up, saying, hey, well, you know, things happen, but everybody smoke. But for me personally, I felt like, because I'll be honest, I'm a smoker, but I feel like it's a time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? Me, for one, I don't smoke and do anything productive. I don't smoke if I have anything planned. I pretty much like to smoke during the nighttime where I'm probably finna go lay down for the night and go chill. So I felt like a lot of people who do choose to smoke marijuana don't know when is a good time, should I say? Because if you're running track, once again, she has a platform as well. If you're running track and you pretty much know, you know, you're being drug tested, my mind was, why would she even smoke knowing what kind of field she's in? But at the same time, I don't know her life. I don't know her personally. I don't know what you could be going through or what's going through that you needed to smoke. I don't know. I just feel like I know a lot of us in the Black community, we were a bit let down. Like, okay, dang, you know, we had this track star basically, you know, really putting us on, and she, you know, she tatted, she looking like one of us. She really, you know, we had a really good feel for her. So then once she dropped dirty and she was all in the headlines and, oh, you know, she was also very unapologetic about it. She pretty much came off to me like, mind your business. It is what it is, you know. And I think that that's what pretty much made me feel like, because everybody, does go through things where they have whatever they might do to take the edge off. Some people have a nice glass of wine. Some people, sit there and have them some cognac. Some people had them a cigarette. And some people smoke weed. But you have to know, don't never let what you want to do in your spare time fuck up your goals or fuck up your day to day. If you can't smoke and still function, you need to evaluate if you need to be smoking or be a smoker at all. Now, it's some smokers who get out there, they do their thing. They be high, they still out there doing their thing. And it's some smokers that has let smoking weed pretty much deter them from life goals or just even daily goals. You don't even want to go wash your ass because you high. You don't even want to go do nothing important today because you high. And I just feel like for her to be in that field, she should have most definitely been more smart. I don't know. Even if you would have pretty much dropped and pretty much had somebody else urine or anything to the point where you pretty much know, like, okay, I'm Sha'Carri Richardson. I run track, but I'm finna be smoking some weed. She should have had more of a plan. I just think that I still think that she's dope, most definitely. But I just think that she needs to, sharpen up her priorities as to what is important to her. She did have a race not too long ago that she did lose. And once she lost, she was pretty much like, yeah, I'm going to still be back. I'm going to still be back. I ain't tripping. And I just pretty much felt like I wanted more from her in that conversation. I wanted her to pretty much talk more like, hey, yeah, we all fall, but we get up. But it was more like an arrogant attitude she gave off. Like, yeah, I lost, but oh, well. And it's not really oh, well, because people like me and the Black community itself, we're rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. We were rooting for you. That's how we felt. That's how we felt when she dropped Dirty. We felt like Tyra Banks. How dare you? But like I said, I'm not judging. I'm not one to judge anyone, but I just do wish that she would have taken that situation and been a whole lot smarter. But shout outs to you, boo. I wish you nothing but success in the future, And I like them tats, girl. I like them tatted up, girl. Okay, we're moving on from Sha'Carri and her weed issue. No, we're moving on from Sha'Carri. One thing I know y'all all remember about this year, 2021, was the goddamn crate challenge. Oh my God. The crate challenge, y'all. The crate challenge. Now, we literally have people building monuments and stairs and the tallest crate challenge you could ever see, and people literally actually getting hurt, breaking bones, teeth getting knocked out because they falling on their face. The crate challenge was something I was never going to participate in. I did not understand it at first. It was most definitely entertainment for me because I'm kind of like, okay, look at these people falling, busting their ass, basically falling, busting their shit. But for the most part, I was kind of like, how long is this even finna go on? Like, the crate challenge went on for so long that I was kind of like, people really going to collect crates and put them together and do all this other extra shit and try to make it seem like y'all really doing an obstacle course. That was the most ignorant challenge ever. We're going to put some crates together and break a bone. Like, the crate challenge was probably one of the most, like I said, of 2021, one of the most stupidest challenges that I was sitting back watching. Like, why would you even try to step on all of these crates that's extremely unstable? This is for views. It's for TikTok. It's for Instagram. It's for Facebook. What is it for? The crate challenge was not a yes for me. It was most definitely a no. It was a challenge that a goddamn crackhead probably made up. Went and found some damn crates and then put them together, and he was walking on the motherfuckers, and he was probably telling people, hey, yeah, I'm going to walk on these. Give me $1. Give me $1 if I go and get up these crates real good. Who knows what will happen? But that crate challenge was not created by anybody that had no sense. That's how I feel. It just wasn't, boo. It just wasn't. And if you did the crate challenge and you were successful, send me the video. Because every video I seen of anybody doing a crazy challenge, everybody was looking the fool, falling, breaking bones. I even had seen one crate challenge where the person fell, broke their arm, and of course they're trying to get up on their arm, twisted their ankle. So all over a crate challenge, you in the hospital now with a broken arm and a broken ankle. So yeah, I just feel like the crate challenge for 2021 was extremely a no for me. None of my people did that challenge. We wasn't messing with it. We wasn't finna do no stupid shit. And if you did it, I'm not saying you stupid, but you might be a little challenged. No, I'm just but y'all, we moving on to further news. One thing that really bothered me this year, this actually just happened not too long ago. I don't know if you all are aware of this, but the Astro World tragedy. If you are not aware of what I'm talking about the Travis Scott, his concert, and the 20 plus people who passed away, the people who were rushed to the hospital from just fainting, the ritual that he did in the course of people trying to get help. If you go on YouTube and type in Astro World tragedies, you will hear the whole crowd chanting to Travis Scott, "Stop the show, stop the show. People are dying, people are dying." And he was sitting on the stage going, he wasn't even rapping none of his songs off his album. He wasn't rapping at all. He was doing a ritual. This was the first thing that I've ever seen like this where I really believe the Illuminati was real. I've heard it for years, ain't really paying no attention to it, but when I watch those clips, people are dying in front of you. And you're not even rapping, you're not singing, you're not doing anything, you're just chanting. You're chanting them, you're basically chanting them, I guess, into their transition. But it was very weird to me. It was very unfortunate that you go to a concert and you lose your life. And it was all over basically the celebrity being careless and being selfish. Because you packed all those people into such a small stadium. You overbooked yourself, maybe in the course of being greedy and wanting a lot of money, to come out of that concert. But to go to a concert and lose your life, or to send your daughter to a concert and she lose her life, to send your son, to send anyone to a concert and they don't make it home. And it's not because, somebody just started shooting. It's because the celebrity itself ignored what was going on in the crowd so he could do a ritual. I think that was very fucked up. And what's crazy is they always say anybody who associate with the Kardashians, they either turn crazy, Kanye West, or they some way, somehow their career goes downhill. Now, remember when Tiger was dating Kylie Jenner? Remember, basically, he started getting blackballed a lot, and people stopped booking him, and his career kind of went down. If you pay attention, we haven't really heard nothing from Tiger since him and Kylie broke up almost 4+ years ago now. She has moved on. She has a 2-year-old daughter now. She's pregnant again. We have heard nothing from Tiger. Where did Tiger go? We have heard nothing from him. This is what I'm saying. So now Travis Scott has been with Kylie. They have a daughter. She's pregnant again. They're not engaged or married or anything. They're just, I guess, in a relationship, and they're being fruitful and having children. And what happens is you happen to have a concert where 20 plus people pass away. Now you are being sued left or right. That was something that happened in 2021 where I was pretty like, what is going on? Where you can't even go to a goddamn concert and then make it home. I just thought that was extremely a lack of that was lack of character on his end. And it really made me feel like I would never support him or his music again. I felt like it was a very selfish thing for him to do. And I even think after it went on, his apologies to all of the families was very scripted. It did not give me sincere. It did not give me genuine. It gave me, I'm reading off of something, acting like I care. So, I mean, I do want to say rest in peace to all of those who lost their life in due to the Astro World tragedy. I want to send support out to all of the families who still struggling with that. I mean, I know it has to be very hard. I just feel like we have to be better as people when it comes to how we operate with others, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're, just a normal person. I feel like we have to be mindful of those around us. We can't just be selfish people because things like that will happen. You'll never be able to convince me that man, was not doing a ritual. He was doing a ritual for sure. And I just feel like that's something that he's not going to be able to come back from. He has lost a lot of venues. A lot of celebrities are pretty much upset with him. I don't know how he's going to spin that and get back on good gracious with everybody, but to have a concert and people pass away, that's something that people are going to talk about for a long time. So for 2021, for that to go on, I just felt like that was huge to me because I'm kind of like, oh my God, watching these YouTube videos, it really had me tripping. So once again, rest in peace to all of the fallen people who passed away during that time. And shout out to all of the family that's trying to stay strong during this time. All right, moving on. Let me have a sip of this wine. What y'all drinking on? Drop in the comments what y'all drinking for today. You got wine. You got you something a little stronger. You got you some non-alcoholic wine. What you sipping on right now? We bringing in 2022, y'all. We finna bring in 2022. Like, can y'all believe that? Like, we bringing in 2022, man. I mean, I'm excited. I'm anxious. I know God has nothing but great things planned for me. I'm ready to get into it. I'm really ready for 2022. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited. 2021 was most definitely a learning year for me. But we're gonna keep these topics rolling, y'all. So y'all know what else happened in 2021, right? Y'all remember Kyle Rittenhouse with his fake cry? And he did all that and he was actually able to get off. I can't believe that. He sat on that stand, did that fake cry. The man had no tears come down his face. He huffed and puffed till he blew the house down. And it still wasn't not one tear went down that man's face. I was... Nigga, where the tears at? Where's the tears at? And his performance actually, he was found not guilty. So Kyle Rittenhouse, what he did this year was showed us how the fuck to get away with murder. We peeped that. We peeped that for sure. And we know you were guilty. But yeah, I felt like that specific situation just pretty much aligned with all the rest of the cases of women, of all of the white people who were willing to, kill black people and get away with it and did fake speeches and fake cries and fake sympathy when really all along they did not care. And that's exactly how Kyle Rittenhouse, that's exactly what he was doing. He was giving us a performance like he cared, and he actually didn't. So getting away with murder was what he did. But you know what they say, karma don't just start at the courthouse. You might have got away on that, but karma most definitely is coming to kick your Rittenhouse ass. Okay? It's coming, boo. All right, moving on. So I know I spoke about back in April us losing the famous, phenomenal DMX, but also another rapper we lost this year, not too long ago, was Young Dolph. Shout outs to him and his family. I mean, very, very unexpected. He was murdered, shot, and killed. He had a wife and he had 3 children that he left behind. I think that was very traumatic, of course, to, see him just put a song out and see him pretty much in his prime in his career and go and get shot and killed. I mean, of course, some years back, we had the same thing happen with Nipsey Hussle. If you want to go all the way back, of course, we had this go on with Tupac and Biggie. I mean, it's just very unfortunate that these black rappers are, being taken out either in their own communities. They're going back to their own hometowns to, try to show some love, and they're getting killed there, like how Nipsey did. I think Young Dolph was extremely talented. I'm happy about the legacy he left behind for his wife and his children. I could never see anybody looking at him or bringing him up in a situation and he isn't being glorified. He was very talented, very lyrical. I want to just send out support and love and condolences out to his beautiful wife and his children. God is with you all, and you guys will get through this time the best way that you can. I hope that you have family and love all around you, and just the right people around you to get you through this time. He's looking down on you all, and I'm pretty sure he's proud of all of the strength that you all are displaying. Okay. One thing that I felt like I was so happy about this year, 2021, y'all. They freed Brittany, y'all. They freed Brittany. They freed Brittany out that contract, y'all. They freed Brittany out her contract. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, if y'all did not know, they had Britney Spears, her father had a contract on her all these years where he basically controlled her freedom and controlled her. Like everything she did, he controlled it. Who she could marry, who she could this, where she could perform, what campaigns she can do, where she could live, what house she can buy, what wine she could drink, what shoes she could buy, what hair color he controlled every single thing of her life. And you would have never thought all this time that was something that she even had going on. If you paid attention, she did back, I think 2001. She cut her hair off all bald and things of that nature. But I thought it was simply because she was going through the divorce with her husband at the time. But to come out and find out that your own father has had such a contract on you all of this time, and she basically had no freedom, I felt like that was something that touched me to my core when it came out that she was let out of that contract, to be able to live so freely now. Damn, that was something that was so screwed up for her father to even have on her. And what was crazy is, y'all remember Jamie Spears, her little sister? Remember, she got pregnant at like 16. She got pregnant really young. So I feel like, why, out of all your children, the only one you had a contract on was Britney Spears, who actually seemed to be doing things pretty much in the right way. I just think that he had to have a very evil, sour soul to do such a thing. And for her to even want out of the contract, and for him to fight with her about it, like, you still want this power over her and her money and her cars and her houses, he's going to get a lot of karma about that. I'm happy that you're free, Brittany. You deserve to be free, Brittany. I'm happy that you can live your life the way you want to live it now, with nobody questioning you or controlling your every move. You never deserve that. And I'm happy that you're free and you are gone from behind them bars, baby. You do your life, live your life, do you, and don't ever in your life again give anybody the opportunity or the chance to have any power over you. Period. So, guys, that's pretty much me wrapping it up as far as the events that went on for 2021. A few things that I will speak about that I went through in 2021 that I am excited and happy that I was able to do was, back in May, I did go to Florida. It was my first time in Florida. I really enjoyed it. I went there with family. It was a great experience. It was awesome. That was in May. September, I went to Puerto Rico. It was extremely beautiful. I went there with an associate. It was pretty much something that I felt like I would never forget. The scenery, the water, the drinks, the feel, it was wonderful. Actually, that's one of those places that I know I have to go back and enjoy that time again with different people. Then, like I just said, November, which is my birthday month, I went to Las Vegas. It was my first time in Vegas, and it was a very, 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 very exciting and memorable trip. Everybody that went with me on that trip made it so special in some way. Shout outs to my mom, shout outs to Brittany, shout outs to Perry, shout outs to Kenya, shout outs to Nene. All y'all really made my trip so special, and I appreciate y'all 100% for going and being there with me. I owe y'all for that trip. It was the shit. To pretty much close out this show, guys, I just want to say that this year taught me clarity and patience. Things aren't going to always happen when I want it to happen. And I learned that. I've become frustrated in moments where I felt like God was not noticing me and my struggles. And then in that exact moment, I will feel that way. It'll be the next day or two where my problems have been solved, or he has shown me a sign or given me some type of strength to continue to move forward. It took me a very long time to understand that everything isn't going to be on my time. And maybe it's a Scorpio in me, but I'm a very impatient person. So sometimes it's hard for me to understand that right now it's not coming, but it's still coming. You know what I'm saying? And I learned patience this year. As far as clarity, when I say that, I learned to be more clear in things when I'm speaking to people, when I'm speaking about people, when I'm speaking, period. I like to add more clarity so that I'm on the same page with whoever that I'm speaking with. This year, I also learned that I can continue to be strong in situations where I thought I would have never gotten out of. I just want to say thank you to everybody in my family, everybody who, deals with me, period, who have stood by my side through whatever demises I have went through and have been there for me, whether it's a conversation, whether it's, me needing to come sit and have some wine. All of those people who have been there for me, I just want to appreciate it so much. I'm really happy to be closing out this year, with my sisters, my mom, my dad, all of us still been on this earth. I think that's such a great blessing for us to all still be here. Shout outs to my nieces and nephews as well, for them to all still be here. Shout outs to KVI, who's watching us from the sky, but is always in our hearts, So what I'm going to do right now to end out this podcast, if you got a lighter, I want you to go get a lighter. You got a candle? I need you to go get a candle. I'm going to give you some time to go get one if you need one. Hurry up. Get you a lighter or get you a candle. So to close out this show, what we are going to do is show some respect to all of the people who actually did not make it to 2022. All of the fallen angels who wasn't able to see this day, who's not going to be able to see 2022, whether it's babies, whether it's your mama, whether it's your daddy, whether it's an adult, all the people who we have to leave behind in 2021, all the people who we thought we would still see in 2022 or even meet in 2022, as far as all of the mothers who have lost children they thought they was going to have. This moment and ending out this show is specifically for all the fallen angels in 2021. This song and this candle is for y'all. I love y'all.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.